Namaste, I'm Shivaswati and this video is about explaining the concept of forgiveness, because forgiveness is something which you are advised to do all the time. There should be no fights in the house. You should forgive the abuser, you should forgive the bully, you should forgive the person who is shouting at you all the time, and you are preached to forgive all the time. And whether you feel like forgiving or not, you have to forgive to maintain peace in the house. Even if you shout a lot and even if you argue a lot, you know that you have to forgive from inside. But it is not easy, because forgiveness is usually very deep in the subconscious mind, and it is usually a past life issue. You attract the same abuse which you have given to another person in a previous life in a different manner. Now, at an emotional level, it would be the same abuse. For example, if you have murdered someone in a previous life, in the present life you could be facing emotional abuse from that person, like emotional insults, disrespect. You're living with a wife who's always disrespecting you. So that means that you might have murdered that wife in a previous life, that person, as a soldier or as a manager or as an enemy, or you might have insulted that person in a previous life by having a number of affairs, or been abusive to that person in a previous life. So that is how you attract the same situation in your present life. And when you forgive the other person, you are actually forgiving yourself for a previous life. So till you forgive the other person, you will not forgive yourself for a previous life, and you will keep attracting the same situation in the present life. That is why it is advised that you should forgive the other person. However, forgiveness does not mean compromise. For example, I had a very spiritual client recently who was very Buddhist in temperament, and he had no problems, but he wanted a past life session simply for his soul ascension. And in the first session itself, we realized that the soul ascension was blocked because black magic was done in a previous life. And then we went into a life where he was a sadhu, and there were problems with the management because he was radical in approach, and he was trying to stop Bali. He was trying to stop sacrifice of animals, the bull, and everyone was fighting with him, because it was a ritual in those times, in 18th century, 16th century, and people said it has to be done. So he had to leave his ashram again and again, because he was trying to stop this sacrifice of the bull, which you see now, 200 years later, it is not there. Now only goat sacrifice is there, and that is also discouraged. You should not sacrifice animals at all, because this can make you very anxious in the present life. If you sacrifice animals in any puja, you will realize that even if your work is done, your anxiety will multiply, and you will realize that you become like that animal, because the spirit of the animal comes inside you. So you become less in intelligence. If you eat animals also, it affects your intelligence, your anxiety rises, your depression rises, because when you kill someone and then you eat that energy, you are eating depressed energy actually. So eating animals or killing animals is going to increase your sadness and sacrifice, and you will feel like an animal. If you dogs like to eat animals, chicken and eggs and all, but then dogs would feel like animals, and they feel sad, and they never really feel very happy in life. So if you keep eating animals, this happens that your own frequency falls. And in a past life, then he saw that there was black magic done, and it was a family member who had done it. But in this life, he said that I don't want any fight with anyone, and he was simply tolerating those family members, even if he was incurring severe financial losses in his family business. But he had found an independent income, and he was not involved in the family business. However, since the death of his father and the spirit release of his father, these sessions started. Probably because, normally my sessions happen because the spirit pushes you to take sessions if there is some karma left incomplete. And in the sessions, he saw that the work which he had done in the previous lifetimes, for which he had fought with people and left the ashram, that work was accomplished over the centuries, and it had led to a more peaceful human consciousness, because methods of puja had become radical, and now their sacrifice is not encouraged. People prefer to do puja without animal sacrifice. So it was not that his efforts went fruitless. The fruit happened, it took time. So the message was, of course, that he has to continue the work which he is doing for his family business in the present life, so that his family business prospers. But he is not motivated to do it, because he is thinking that he should forgive the people who are preventing him from doing it. So the sessions were on how to heal those souls and how to find a way to get them to work in a more spiritually balanced manner, and enlightened manner, so that more people can be helped by the business. So otherwise the business could be simply going into financial losses, and this person will keep forgiving, and evolution of humanity will not happen. So when you are doing a business or you are running a school, you are also working for evolution of humanity. So if you have a good idea but you suppress it so that you don't fight with the family members, then the evolution of humanity also does not happen. So forgiveness does not mean that you suppress goodness. It only means that you ignore the bad people and you still get them to work in a spiritually balanced manner. It may not be possible without past life therapy in the present life, because you already feel weak when you are born in the present life. If your past life have included black magic, if there is black magic on you from a past life, then you will attract problems in your life from the beginning, and you won't know why it's happening. It is happening because there was black magic on you in a past life, and the curse keeps following till you heal the soul through past life therapy. You cut energy cords and you send that soul to light, and you remove animal attachments, and you send the animal attachments to where they belong, because a lot of animal attachments cause attacks, black magic attacks, and especially animals are sacrificed in black magic rituals. So those animals get attached to you, and they actually make you feel very weak and negative from the inside. So unless you do past life therapy and black magic removal therapy with your own mental effort, not just, I don't do just puja, I do it in a way that I involve the client in self-healing, and they actually heal themselves with my guidance. I can see the session with them, but I make them do it themselves, so that they are aware of what is happening, and then the forgiveness comes from inside them. They actually can forgive other people from inside when they see the same situation happening in the past life, and they know that this person is actually not advanced enough to be abused. It's like a small child, it's like a less evolved soul, and this person needs healing. But you need to be the grown-up child, and you need to take charge, you need to take responsibilities, so that evolution of humanity happens. So normally you have to see abuser lives to forgive, and abuser lives usually will come in 3rd and 4th sessions or 5th session. So that is why these days I advise people, when there is black magic or deep chronic problems, that they take 3 to 5 sessions, because abuser lives do not come easily in the first session, and even if they do come easily, healing is not easy in the first session, because it's then on your own. You will just get the answers in the first session, and then you will advise this is how you have to heal themselves, and then you have to heal yourself slowly. It will take time. But if you take sessions, healing is much more rapid. You feel much more advanced, much more wise, and your spiritual powers are awakened. So that's why past life therapy helps in achieving forgiveness. And always remember that when you forgive another person for something intolerable, you are forgiving yourself for the same crime done in a past life in some way or the other. Unknowingly, you might have hurt the same person in the same way. Even if you were not wrong, even if your cause was justified, if the other person was hurt, then you will have to karmically repay the other person. And when you forgive that person for abusing you in the present life, then you will forgive yourself for being that person's abuser in a past life, and that person will automatically forgive you. So improvement in relationships happen after past life therapy, improvement in finances happen, improvement in income, improvement in self-confidence, improvement in positivity, improvement in hope in life, improvement in soul ascension. All that will be facilitated by past life therapy, because you are healing souls at the deep soul levels. Otherwise, forgiveness is a difficult concept. I am going to do a short course in soul empowerment and emotional management, so that you can learn forgiveness through energy cord cutting and hypnodrama and stress release and deleting memories. That will help you forgive much more easily, getting the soul lesson and then forgiving. Then simply telling yourself and advising yourself to forgive through the day, and then being unable to forgive because at an inside level you feel there is injustice being done. But when you use methods like energy cord cutting and deleting memories, you get your soul lessons, and then you can forgive. And then when you forgive yourself, your positive frequency rises, and then you can live a much happier existence in the future. So if you need to book a past life session with me, please contact me. My website link is here. And thank you.